I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And today I have got an exciting hack video prepared for you that's going to take your card making to the next level. I have the foil transfer medium by Heidi Swapp, the matte vinyl sticker paper from HTVRont. And this paper, it's super important that the sticker paper is matte. Glossy will not work for this hack, so make sure that your sticker paper is a matte finish. I have a palette knife and my foil transfer medium. And you're just gonna work kind of fast with this. And you can put however much you want out onto your paper, but just gently squeeze it and then take your knife and just go across, just very smooth. And you want to make sure that you're coating it evenly and thin. You don't want it to be super thick, and you want to make sure it's coated very well because you don't want to miss any spots with this. And I like to coat a good section of the sticker paper so that you get a lot of coverage. I recommend with this technique, if you're going to be making a lot of cards, maybe like a couple hours before, go ahead and just do up like the whole entire sheet and let it dry. It is so important that you let this dry thoroughly before moving on to the next step. So this is what it looks like when I've got it all coated. Just smooth it out the best you can. You are going to have a little bit of variation in there because it's pretty much impossible to get it all out. Just make sure it's completely coated with the transfer medium and let it dry. This is a piece of the HTVRont sticker paper that I already prepped last night. I only did half of the sheet. And you can see the dryness there. It does not look wet. It's very smooth to the touch. It's not tacky. You can't feel anything wet with it. It's thoroughly dry. And I just love to let this stuff dry overnight. When it does finally finish drying, the paper, it's not curved, it's completely flat, which I absolutely love that about the sticker paper. This is one of the most important things that I can tell you about this technique. Do not try to speed up the drying time of the foil transfer medium by using a heat tool. You will just turn it into a rubbery mess and it will not work for this technique. So have patience, let it air dry on its own, and you're going to be able to do some remarkable things with this technique. I have the paper Snowflakes by Holtz. I'm going to be using this larger snowflake and this cute little snowflake right here. Now I'm going to take my die with the cut side and put it into my transfer medium, and I'm just going to cut around this. We're cutting into the transfer medium. And I'm going to turn this over. I have my magnetic platform and my plate for my switch, and I'm just going to lay that piece right there on top. The smaller snowflake, I'm going to cut that one out. Cut side into the foil transfer medium. I'm going to be running these die cuts through my machine 3 times just to make sure all the tiny intricate details are cut perfectly through. It just makes this process so much easier if each of the pieces pop out really nice and easy. So if you own the precision chrome base plate, I'm going to suggest using that. It's going to make your details and everything just pop out so much easier. And now I'm just going to remove all of my pieces from the dies. Poke out the little sections. Gently go through and use your pokey tool to help release your die cut from the actual die. Keep peeling it up. It's okay if this actual sticker backing does come off of your sticker. It's not going to hurt anything. Just be very careful with your die cut so that you don't accidentally pull anything apart. I've got my first little snowflake. I need one more of these snowflakes right here cut, but I also need the word Merry Christmas, and I'm using the Vintage Snowman collection, and it's the seasonal sentiments. My Merry Christmas, and have that ready. Just gonna grab my other snowflake. I'm gonna cut this little snowflake out to get it ready. Merry Christmas and my other snowflake, and I'm gonna run that through my machine. Hello, Miss Shorty. Hey, baby. Shorty's come to visit. And now I've pulled this up. I have my Merry Christmas and my other snowflake. And now I'm just going to clean those up. Remove the word Christmas. Just like that. Here is my other snowflake. I already have my card base pre-made, and I'm going to be using the second die out of the collection of the A2 layers die set from Waffle Flower. And I'm going to use that layer die to cut into the HTVRont glitter cardstock to make my card layer. Cuts out a beautiful layer every single time. Go ahead and adhere my layer down to my cardstock. A paper trimmer and a piece of the glitter cardstock that I used for my card layer, and I need to cut this down to 1.5. I'm going to flip it around, and I need 3 3/4. So right up in here, and we're just going to cut that down to size. Have a small rectangle just like this. I have the HTVRont Self-Adhesive Laminating sheets. Just peel up the corner of your laminate and lay that rectangle that we just cut out, just lay it right there, pattern side up. So if you got glitter card, you're going to want to see that. Keep it a little bit away from the edge just so you have space all the way around, and then gently lay your laminate back down. I'm just going to use, since this is a flat edge, just burnish this all the way around, just like that. Just smooth out the top. You can just do it with your finger. It will be totally fine. I'm gonna lay this in here, and we want the surrounding edge to be no more than 1/4 of an inch. So if you cut it just slightly smaller than 1/4 of an inch all the way around, you're good to go. This is what we're left with when we're finished, and just make sure you have less than 1/4 of an inch all the way around. We're going to open up our card base, peel the backing off, so you're left with the sticky area just around the edge. And now just line this up at the very bottom and to the edges, and just stick it right down. Once you have all of this adhered down, you are left with the sweetest little pocket that you can place a gift card in, or you can put money in here. Give this to your recipient, and it's the most thoughtful gift ever. I have the top layer of my card ready to go, and you can see it's just cut a little bit smaller. I transfer foil medium stickers ready, and I'm going to start out with the word Merry. Now once I have it set in place, just rub it down. The word Christmas as close as I can to the center. Up close you can see what it looks like. I'm turning on my Minc machine, and I'm turning it on to the setting number 5. So when that heats up and turns green, we're ready. Foil I'm going to be using is the Gold Stars reactive foil, the transfer sheet that came with the machine. And I'm just going to open that up, stick in my little Merry Christmas, beautiful sheet of foil over top. And it's important that this all gets covered, just like that. And then we're going to run this through the machine. Run it through twice, just because I want to make sure everything is adhered down really well. Just going to pull this out. Let it cool down just a little bit. Pull back the foil for the reveal, and look how gorgeous. Stick right down here in the corner, and I'm gonna stick this one right over here. Trim off this little bit over here. And for these pieces, I'm just going to stick them right up here. Teal Reactive Foil by Heidi Swapp. It's super important when you're laying your foil over top of your transfer medium stickers that you get the whole sticker covered, because if you don't, what's going to happen is this medium is going to get stuck onto your transfer sheet when you run it through your machine. Up close, you can see all of my images are completely covered. Run this through twice to make sure everything is good and foiled. This turned out absolutely stunning, and you can see all that beautiful foiling. And if you have spaces where it may have missed, just take a marker and fill that in with a similar color and you're never even going to notice it. If you're doing separate colors in your machine, make sure to just foil those parts that you want that color, because I had my blue overlapped onto my gold a little bit, and you can see that blue, a little bit of it actually did transfer onto my gold foil. So if you want to keep all your colors separate, just make sure to keep your foils off of your other foil. That way you don't have that cross contamination. Glossy photo paper by HTVRont that I am printing out a cute little snowman on. Now, when I say glossy photo paper, this is not your thick photo paper that you're going to be printing pictures on for your memory albums and stuff like that. This is built for the crafter. This is very thin, flimsy, glossy photo paper to print beautiful images on, and the images come out stunning on this paper. Do fun crafts for the kids. This paper right here is going to fold nicely for your treat bags or any of your other fun creative projects that you want to do. And I'm going to cut out a little border around my snowman. I have the outer border of my snowman all colored in, and this image did come from Canva. And have yourself a merry little Christmas from the Stamptember 2022 set. Look how cute. And I used Stardust glitter glue from Stickles. Look how gorgeous all that beautiful shine, and then that stickles on the pom-pom. I know I'm going to get a bunch of questions on this, so I just decided to add this into the video. Will it work in a laminator? I've already got my snowflake ready, and I've got a piece of foil to go over top of that. A plain sheet of printer paper, and I'm going to lay this inside. And this is the Q-Fun lamination machine. I have a review about it on my channel if you want to check that out. But I'm going to run this through twice. That's going to be as hot as I can possibly get this. All of these lamination machines are made differently, so they all heat differently. The heat setting is what's going to be the most important. The Minc machine heats up extremely hot, which is why it works so well for foiling. So we're going to open this up, and we're just going to peel this back and see what we got. So you can see I have a lot more white space that it didn't, because it just doesn't get hot enough. So if you're okay with this look of it coming out of your laminator, depending upon how hot your lamination machine gets, this is going to be the look that you will achieve. You're going to have white spots, and if you don't want them, you're going to have to fill it in with a marker. But if you're okay with that happening, then use your lamination machine, try it out, and see if it'll work for you. Merry Christmas, everyone. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to check out the other hacks, tips, techniques, and organization on my channel. You'll find a lot of useful information there. And don't forget to subscribe and put a like on this video, and leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of my card. This technique would absolutely make a beautiful birthday card, especially with the wonderful pocket inside for a gift card. So until next time, I will catch you in that next video. Merry Christmas!